record button on the audio?
Yes, I did hit the record. So, all right, we'll do this again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spidercast Podcast. This is where father and son, we go down the rabbit hole of tech, gaming, and sometimes the meaning of life. And I'm Travis.
I'm Austin.
Today, we're going to be drinking classic IBC root beer. I love this stuff. I hate paying the price for it, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you're paying about $1, roughly $1 a bottle.
But it's good. So
it is good. I love it. So today is International Podcast Day, and guess what we're doing today?
Magically.
Thanks to the power of the internet, because the internet is for porn. You're gonna have that song stuck in your head, aren't you? It is not beer, ladies and gentlemen. This is root beer.
You had to tell him.
I don't want to have children's services at my butt, thinking you're drinking on stream. Not old enough for that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But anyway, so
one day though. One day.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about an update to the Swatting case. We're going to talk about Pokemon Go. We're going to talk about Fortnite. We're going to talk about more Fallout fuck-ups, Minecraft updates, and Apex Legend news, and more. Well, at least for this week, I can say I haven't played Jack, because I haven't played nothing.
Yeah, you haven't really had.
Mine?
Yours was up front.
Was mine up front? Okay.
Mine's was in the back.
Honestly,
you haven't really had time to play much this week.
I did not. In fact, I worked Friday night because I worked third shift, and so I worked Friday night into Saturday morning, and then I stayed up because I went to the AIM Expo. For anybody who doesn't know, the AIM Expo is the American International Motorcycle Expo. I think that's the official name for it.
Don't ask me. I didn't go.
So it's I kind of describe it like a motorcycle version of SEMA in a certain respect. It's not quite as prestigious. Obviously, it's not. As far as some of the stuff that's curated there is kind of weird. Like you get some really foreign you literally get foreign companies and foreign people that are there trying to sell sometimes the weirdest shit for motorcycles. I mean, there was one vendor that had all they had was anodized grips and foot pegs and stuff like that, mostly dirt bike stuff. And not that isn't relevant necessarily to, but it was just you don't see, I didn't see Kuryokin. I didn't see Ciro, which has blew up quite a bit here in the last few years. Didn't see JBL this year. I didn't see really a lot of the big makers for audio packaging for motorcycles and ATVs. Most of the major manufacturers are there typically. Yamaha was there, Kawasaki, Honda, Harley, things like that. So I mean, there's quite a bit that they had. They had a bunch of electric bicycles, which was kind of hilarious. I wish we could have recorded that. Me and Nash, because I went with his friend Nash, went and we both rode the electric bikes, and they're actually kind of weird. You got multiple settings, 3 or 4 different settings. So each time you pedal, it's and you turn the setting up or down, it's almost like changing a gear, because it's more of an assist. It's not an actual electric motor in the certain respect. So it doesn't help. It doesn't propel you unless you're propelling it. But it's almost like changing a gear. So it assists in the pedaling process. So that was kind of cool. Had a lot of fun, but man, was I tired. I was exhausted being up. I'd been up for over 24 hours straight because there was just no way I could do it. But first me and Nash went out to Iron Pony. Briefly, unfortunately, because we were kind of towards the end of the line. We actually were pretty much the end of the line. But I briefly got to shake hands and say hi to Shade Tree Surgeon and Blockhead. So it was pretty cool. Both really nice guys. I kind of felt bad and they kind of felt bad too because they were being kind of rushed because they were supposed to leave out at noon. And I thought when they only had it set up for a 1 hour meet and greet, I didn't think that was long enough. I knew it wasn't going to be. And there was a ton of people there. I was really surprised how many people were there. The Grom Squad was there.
You act like I know who.
You know what a Grom is.
Well, yeah, I know it's the type of motorcycle.
Dude, there was like 100+ Groms that were there. It was the Grom Squad. Like literally, it's the Central Ohio Grom Squad. That's what they're called. Was there. Like I said, but it was a lot. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I was so exhausted, and then obviously I spent the next couple days kind of catching up. So I didn't really get. I still haven't beaten Gears of War yet. So
I haven't even touched that game again. I need to.
Yeah, so that's my on my list of games to finish playing. I'll start probably back up tomorrow morning.
I've just mainly been playing Siege and Apex Legends, so I've been getting a bit more into Legends. Obviously, I've been following up with Season 3. I've been hearing a lot about that, and I'm going to be excited to talk about that tonight.
Yeah, that's all on the docket to talk about.
Minecraft was yesterday.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Or 2 days ago.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that.
Saturday.
We'll talk about it when we get to that. So the first topic up for grabs is we're talking about the update on the swatting case, one that's become a bit famous here in the States. For anybody who doesn't know, basically what has kind of been known as he's a serial swatter. His name is Tyler, and I won't use his last name just for the sake of I don't want to what is the word I'm looking for? I don't want to make them out to be bigger than what they are. But just
you want to give them the satisfaction.
Thank you, satisfaction. I can't talk today. Blah, 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 blah.
Fat kid on stream.
Fat kid on stream. So yeah, he got
kind of hurt.
So he got sentenced to 20 years in prison. Rightfully so. So him and another player in Call of Duty got into a bit of a pissing match. The one player basically egged him on and said, do it. Here's my address. Except for the address he gave him. Apparently he did live there at one point, but that was not a current address. I didn't realize that. I thought he just gave a random address. So that's what they're saying. They're saying that the kid actually did at one point live at that location, but hadn't for many years. So he gave an address, a false address. The police showed up. The guy opened the door. The police are saying they thought he was reaching for something, and they shot him dead. So Tyler, he got 20 years. Casey, who's the kid that basically egged him on and gave the address, is getting 15 months in prison with 2 years of no gaming activity. So he's basically kicked off the internet for pretty much 2 years. And it was over the death of a 28-year-old. His name was Andrew Finch out of Wichita, Kansas. And as we've talked, swatting is no laughing matter. Obviously it's something we worry about with you being a streamer, if you will. It's something we don't want to happen, but you have to take precautions to make sure that you try to protect yourself if you can. But but it shouldn't happen. People need to quit being dicks, and they need to grow up, and it's a game. You know what I mean?
It's all just a game. It's all in good fun. There are some really competitive people out there that sadly will sink down to this level if things don't go their way. And
I'm glad I made an example of them in this case. This has been a bit of a problem for a while now, and it's a situation where
I heard that there's actually another person here recently who got swatted. I forget what her name was.
I'm not saying that swatting doesn't continue to happen, but like I said, they needed to show as an example that they're not going to tolerate this, and obviously they caused somebody, an innocent person who was not even involved, to be killed. So, that damn dog. Your mom comes home, and he's like, feed me, because nobody else,
He doesn't do anything else.
it's like he could have. Any of us could have fed him, but he waits for your mom to come home to do it. But anyway, updates to Fortnite are coming. Why don't you start this one out?
Okay, so basically, wow, the way you wrote this. Basically, we are getting new matchmaking. It will be ranked off of skill, and we will also be getting bots added into Season 11, and that will be next week, if I remember correctly by timing.
I know it's coming soon.
It's soon.
I'd say within less than a month.
It's like 8 days.
No,
or something.
As far as the whole bot thing, a bot thing is nothing new. It's new to Fortnite, but not necessarily new to the online gaming forums. What was the game Rules of Survival?
Ross, yeah. It was what started this whole channel.
Yeah,
basically.
we played quite a bit of Rules of Survival, and that game would always fill. There'd be a certain number of players, and it would fill out with bots. And bots help lower end players to skill up, to level up, and
basically have fun with the game, get used to it, and
it also too, it's one of those things like, in a certain way, it makes it a little more satisfying to a player, or maybe even just a casual player, somebody who doesn't play all the time. It gives them the satisfaction and keeps them playing, and hopefully builds up the skills. Now, once you get into being one of the upper players on the game, and I'm sure there's algorithms that decide where you're at, you won't encounter them. You won't encounter bots. You only have players.
Yeah, as far as I've seen with the skilled matchmaking for Fortnite, as far as I've seen, it has said all of the PC, console, and mobile, they used to all have their own lobbies and stuff. They're all in one now. And now it doesn't matter whether you're mobile, PC, console, any console, really. If you're down on that lower end of the list, they'll put you with people on that list. If you're towards the top, you're playing against pros who can build and do just as good as you can. So it's more of a challenge. It's not, you're going in, you're getting an easy win.
I wonder how they're going to continue. I wonder how they're going to continue to do like tournaments and stuff like that. I'm assuming those.
Well, what they're basically doing is taking that ranking system from like the arena mode and just putting it in every mode. Because their arena mode already has a skilled rank system. It's just based off of points.
Do you think they're doing this because the game is starting to lose
viewership
and followers? Or there's less people playing Fortnite?
I have a feeling, because with them adding in bots, that will kind of draw in new players who've been wanting to play the game but just knew they didn't have the skills to.
You know what? For me, like I enjoy, like, I would love to have what I would call almost like a vanilla Fortnite, but I mean vanilla in the sense of
no building.
Like, I would love to have a no building mode. Building for me is the worst part of the game. I can't seem to do it. I can't seem to do it with any consistency. And I sure as hell can't do it like some of these guys do. Like, they literally will build a fortress around them in seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if they're running scripts for building.
I've never gotten good at building. I've mainly been pure firefight, and it's done me good. But obviously, if I want to get any better with the game, I'll have to be able to build. And that's the thing, you can, with a keyboard and mouse, you can set up crazy.
Like, I'm wondering if somebody's doing macros. Like, because the thing about it, you can set up macros on your, like if you got a mouse with like a ton of buttons, you could set up macros that would, how normally it takes about 2 to 3 button presses to switch to build mode, select an item, and then build it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that would be three buttons.
So you could, in theory, you could macro that on a mouse. So if you had one of the mice that's got like a dozen buttons or whatever, you could pre-macro those buttons to do that automatic switch. In theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm wondering if that's how some players do it, at least the PC players.
Okay. I mean, obviously, it's a possibility. So,
Be interesting. We might have to look at that and see if that's possible. But I'm not like I said, I'm not the biggest Fortnite player. I jump in every once in a while and play a few rounds, but that's about as much. In fact, I play less of Apex even than I do Fortnite.
I do way better in Apex than I do Fortnite, but that's also because it's not building, and it's not third person.
Right.
For me, I do better in first person than I do third.
Right. I agree with you on that. I'm the same way.
In fact, actually, a game I was playing earlier.
Yeah.
Improve.
So, next topic up on the list is more Fallout from Fallout. Now, while technically speaking, this was not a Bethesda problem. It's a very weird problem for me, and I'll explain that in just a moment. So basically what it's come down is the GameStop exclusive Fallout Power helmet has been recalled. At least some of them have. And that's the weird part that doesn't make sense. It's the Fallout 1-to-1 Power Armor Nuka-Cola helmet. So it's a red one. It was a GameStop exclusive. It was made by Chronicle Collectibles or something. I think something like that. They apparently made about 20,000 units, and here's the weird part. It's according to the updated article, because this originally just came out, and everybody was going, there was 20,000 units that are being recalled. And apparently that wasn't true. But what is happening is apparently mold can be present on the fabric inside the helmet, posing a respiratory or other infections by individuals with compromised immune systems, damaged lungs, or allergies to mold. The regular Power Armor edition was not part of this recall. I think that was made by a different company. But they're saying here 0.0016% of helmets, which were 32 of the 20,000 sold, were affected. And they said they contacted these customers directly. All those helmets apparently that have been affected have been accounted for and are being evaluated. This is the official response. They're saying that this happened at the freight forwarder for shipping and not the collectible company or Bethesda. While I just for clarification, I work in the freight industry. Okay, the company I work for handles both domestic and international shipping. So my company has shipped everything from car parts to whole cars to all kinds of products. We handle that kind of thing. I personally handle stuff, a particular customer domestically, but we have divisions that handle all that. So I'm fairly familiar with the process. The only thing I can think of, and this still doesn't quite make sense when they're blaming the freight forwarder. So a freight forwarder is a company. What you do, especially if you're getting products out of China, and that's where a lot of this stuff comes from, you take it to what's known as a freight forwarder. You take your product, you have a bunch of paperwork you have to fill out for the freight forwarder. The freight forwarder prepares all the customs paperwork and and preps the freight to go into a container, to go on a container ship and be booked on a container ship to go over to another country. And then it comes into the country, it gets unloaded, it gets to go through a customs process. Sometimes it's just an automated process that just says, yes, we understand that this product, and bless you, how much product's coming into the country, and da-da-da-da. Sometimes that product will want to be searched or seized by the Customs and Border Agency. They will inspect they will seize the container, they will unload it, they will inspect it to ensure it's exactly what you say it is, and that all the documents are valid, and they will either release that product to whoever they're supposed to, or it will get held until certain whatever it is they need made correct. That's just the process. Okay. Now, in that process, when you put things on containers, containers, as much as they love to tout them as being something special, they're not always. They're they leak, they get rusty. They're not the best. They're not perfectly sealed. So when you're talking about a ship that's sailing across the ocean, it rains, it storms, it gets hit with high winds. I mean, it happens all the time. So these things can sometimes leak, and I've seen it with fabric, because we've had a customer call us up and say, "Hey, this container, we know it leaked. We know it's got mold in it. It's been open. We've confirmed that there's mold in this container. We need somebody who, with respirators and all that stuff, that go in, sort what's affected, what's not affected, and destroy." What they ultimately had us do was destroy the product that was affected, and they cleaned and product that wasn't directly wet, basically. So I know these things kind of happen, but I don't understand how they knew that these exact 32 helmets were affected, and why more than 32 helmets weren't affected. I don't quite get that, and why, if they were affected, how it didn't damage the packaging, how they somehow just magically sold these things. Like I said, there's a lot of things that just don't make a lot of sense to me. But this is what it is. That's another kind of black eye in the Fallout thing. And unfortunately, with all the problems we've seen with Fallout, with the canvas bags,
I'm trying to remember.
There was the incidents with the wine or the whiskey or something
It was whiskey
that was in this stupid plastic cover bottle that people were paying way too much for.
Should have been a glass bottle.
It should have been a glass bottle, but it was not cost effective. Well, you shouldn't have made it if it wasn't cost effective.
God, what else was there?
It's been so many incidents. It's and we've talked about them on the episodes.
Go back through the episodes.
Yeah.
Find the instances.
Trust me.
And comment down below.
It seemed like
there
for a while, every other episode we were talking about some crap that Fallout was.
It was like Fallout, and there was also who else was it? Because we were talking about like two different companies for a while.
It was Bethesda, and then the one that does Doom.
That's Bethesda.
Or not? Was it? Well, I guess it was Bethesda, and then there was Fallout, back and forth. Because remember, it was the Doom Eternal or whatever the hell the game was.
We had like
mobile game that was causing all kind of
mobile. Doom does not have a mobile game.
They're supposed to. They were supposed to. Was it Doom? Oh my God! Well, am I completely?
It's not Doom.
I could swear it was Doom.
Skyrim got given a mobile game.
Diablo. That's what it was. Diablo Immortal. That's what it was.
Blizzard.
That's Blizzard. Okay. That was, it was those two companies there for a while. We were back and forth with almost constant news with something they were screwing up. Either just screwing or PR screw ups. So, yeah, the thing is, I hate talking bad about Bethesda because I do love Bethesda games. I love Fallout.
They always produce amazing games. Granted, 76 has had a lot of hiccups.
I just have
Doom
it like I'm
every other Fallout game they produced. I never played it, but I'm gonna get backlash for that. A gamer that's never played Skyrim, it's a rare occurrence.
I've played enough to know I don't like it. That's about all I can say.
I don't think we even own it.
Actually, I own several, and I've tried.
Well, you own it on Steam.
I own it on Steam. I own it on PC, so I own the true version, as some purists would say. The thing is with Fallout, it's got such a special place in my heart. I mean, I collected all kinds of stupid shit for Fallout. And I absolutely love this series, and I want to love Fallout 76. And at some point, I'm going to break down, and I'm gonna dedicate some time to it. And I wanted to. Man, did we just have a glitch in the stream?
I saw one earlier where it basically jumped, but there was nothing showing over on this end.
Yeah,
about a hiccup.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like, sorry, I kind of see the preview on my side. Yeah, 1.1%. I mean, that's not horrible. I don't know why it's doing that. Actually, I forgot to make sure I really should be watching the chat in case anyone wants to ask us some questions. Feel free.
Hopefully, it's not screwing up the recording.
Yeah. Well, it won't screw the recording side on mine, but the stream unfortunately might be affected. There, it's back to working.
I mean, we still have the audio, and we.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why we do record this and post this in multiple forms, because sometimes when you're doing live streams, you never know when your bandwidth starts going through crap and stuff like that. That's why we do it. So
especially in this area, we get like random. It's either really good or it turns to crap.
Yeah, pretty much. This one's you. This is all you.
Like the next few are me. Apex Legends Season 3 news. So Apex is getting a brand new season, and it starts tomorrow. We will be getting some new things.
That would be Tuesday, October 1st, by the way.
Yes. We are getting a new character. His name is Crypto. He has the ability to send out a drone to mark targets in the surrounding area. So he is a more technologically advanced version of Bloodhound.
But from what I've played of that game, man, that's gonna be a hard character to use.
Not really,
because I'm not saying there ain't places you can duck and hide, because I'm sure that's what you're gonna have to do to use that function. But man, it still leaves you in a pretty vulnerable spot.
I mean, you can dip out of it any time. Like if you see on the camera someone's getting ready to run around the rock you're behind, you can pop out it super quick and take them on. I wonder if they actually released a gameplay clip today.
Can you, like, let's say that happens, you see somebody's coming to get you, and you can dip out, shoot them. Can you immediately just
jump back into the camera,
and it'll take off from where it was, or you have to start over again?
I don't know if the camera is his ultimate ability or it's his main ability.
So it would depend, because I know a lot of those are special abilities, and then once you jump out, you have to wait for the timer to reset. Because like Bloodhound,
he has his ability where it will scan the surroundings and tell you if there's any hostiles, or like where certain things have been moved, or if a person's ran through there. So of course he's a tracker.
Right.
Crypto's more of a hacker. He is a technologically advanced character. He has looks like bionics implanted in the side of his face. So we don't know a lot about him besides he has caused some of the map changes on King's Canyon by blowing up the tower and allowing all the beasts into the map. But we'll be getting into map change here soon. We will also be getting a weapon that is from Titanfall called the Charge Beam. I don't know if you remember this one. It was a Titan weapon.
It is a Titan weapon. Well, and they did say it was kind of in the Titan universe.
It is in the Titanfall universe.
The Charge Beam is like my most hated.
It's the heavy Charge Beam.
And I hate that weapon. It's slow.
But in this one, it looks like they upped the charge speed.
The problem I always ran into is I can never keep a lock long enough. Like,
this ain't the one that you need to lock. It's free aim.
Yes, but the problem is that you have to like hold to charge it while you're trying to hold and aim, and it's never one of those like charge, ready to fire, then fire. It's always you're always like, if you're following the character trying to, while it's charging up, trying to be on point, so the moment it hits charge, it fires. It's the most aggravating weapon on the planet for me to play.
But if you actually hit, it's almost a one shot.
It's a pretty devastating weapon, but it's very difficult to hit.
Now, what I'm guessing is because they have two kind of like mystical weapons that you can get dropped in supply drops. You have the Crabber, which is the big 50 cal sniper, if you remember that, and then the Mastiff shotgun. It's the best shotgun in the game. So I'm guessing they're going to add that to the kind of selection, because those will automatically drop gold.
I kind of wish they would really put wall running into the game. I don't know why that's.
Now, I heard that there might be Titans or something at some point.
God, I would love that to have
or like a Titan mode.
Titan mode would be pretty cool. Like a mini Titan mode. Like, it wouldn't have to be like Super Mechs necessarily, but Titan. Here's the thing. I love Titanfall. Like, I enjoyed the first one. I absolutely adored the second game. I loved the story in the second one. I think it was such a mistake in the first one
not to have a story. Well, they tried to have a story, and it was not.
Well, they tried to blend a story into a multiplayer, which didn't work out too well. And with the second one, man, like, especially got towards the end with what happened with your mech, and it's like, oh man, there were heartstrings,
You're
man.
The robot.
Yeah, there was
2017.
Man, that was such a great game. That's one I honestly I'd love to pick up and play again. I mean, I still own it, but
yeah, we still own it.
But I have the same problem. I can't do the multiplayer for the most part. Like, it's one of those games, like, I love to just every once in a while pick up and jump into the middle of a multiplayer, but I cannot either devote enough time to be any good at it or have real fun with it, and it doesn't keep me interested at all, really. But as far as the campaign, oh my God, the campaign was so good. They did such a great job with the campaign.
And, well, obviously, we have the new character. We have the new weapon. Map changes. We ain't having a map change. Well, it's a map change. Complete new map. Not even on the same world. They are changing planets for this.
Really?
Yes. Because, obviously, Titanfall 2 kind of took place on the same planet as...
I don't know that it was in the exact same planet.
Well, it was at least one of... Apex Legends took place in Kings Canyon, which was an established place in the Titanfall universe.
Okay, in one of the games, okay.
In 1 and 2.
Okay.
Now, I forget the name of the planet that they're going to. They named it. But we are getting a brand new map. It will have different zones. Magma, ice, desert, a green luscious forest or whatnot area. But the big kicker, there's going to be a train. It travels the whole map.
It just seems so weird.
There's going to be loot on the train. You can ride the train. You can fight on the train.
That is going to be weird. I will admit that's going to be a really weird thing for them to do. But I'm down. I mean,
now I want to know: will the magma hurt you if you jump in it?
Yeah.
If it doesn't, I'm going to be extremely mad.
Well, just think about it. Imagine being in a firefight with somebody near some magma, and
you're pushing them off the edge into it.
Well, think about it. You hit them with like a shotgun or something,
and it sends them back.
And it sends them.
You punch them, and it sends them flying into it.
Yeah, there you go. It's gotta cause some type of damage. But
so, that's the biggest change coming. Obviously, we're going to get a new battle pass with it. So, but this is going to be an interesting season for Apex. Now, obviously, Fortnite, their season's coming to an end sometime soon as well. And their event is actually called The End. Their live event, because they're known for that. And so...
You think it's going to be
I think they're changing entire maps as well.
You think it's going to turn into Fortnite 2, basically?
Okay. Obviously, you haven't played Season 10.
No. Like I said, I jump in for a match or two from time to time, but that's...
Right now, Season 10 has kind of been time warp season. As you've seen me play a few matches here and there are different zones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, around the map, you have stuff from a bunch of different seasons. You have the meteor that's about to hit the map. You have Kevin the Cube, who's about to blow up again. You have a 0-point sphere that's basically controlling all of this. That's mid-explosion, but stopped in time. You also have a rocket who is about to take off.
Well, this is also how they sort of explain the Batman and the Borderlands and stuff like
Old
that.
West.
It's like opening up rifts and in dimensional things or whatever.
And so you have all these different events going on. And this rocket has, as far as I'm guessing, there's like 7 different robot skins, apparently. But only 2 of them have been revealed. And they're supposed to be trying to leave the map with this rocket. Get out. And the ending scene for the live event is the battle bus going off into the sunset.
I bet you that's what they're going to do. I bet you they're gonna wrap up Fortnite, and then they're gonna come out with Fortnite 2.
Well, what I'm wanting is them to release the main game, because they were supposed to come out with it for free in 2018. Where's the game? I mean, granted, it's been $20 here and there for Founders Edition. It looks really cool. That's, of course, where all the zombies and whatnot come from. And it turns into a survival game.
Yeah, I'm dragging ass today.
I took a mini nap before this.
Yeah. So, in something that we're both a little more excited for, Minecon news.
Yes, this had happened on Saturday, and me and Sidious had talked about it as he had watched it. I watched a little bit with him, and then we talked about it for like the next 2 hours.
Yeah, so Minecon is kind of the online version of any other, it's about Minecraft is all that it is. And usually it just gives all the kind of a rundown of some of the updates, some things that are coming usually pretty soon as far as, add-ons and products and things like that. It has expanded a little bit because of Minecraft Earth. I think it's Minecraft. Is it Minecraft Earth? Is that what it is? Or Minecraft?
Minecraft Earth is the mobile AR version.
Yeah.
That is coming to mobile. It has a beta coming out actually next month sometime. I think it's about middle of the month, October. And it's basically like Pokemon Go.
I don't think so.
It has basically the same things as Pokemon Go.
I don't think so. That's not the way that's happening. Pokemon Go, the only thing it does is it puts it in the background and you're attacking the creatures.
That's the adventures that.
In this, you're actually going through and like you're looking around and it's taking what's in the world and turning it into Minecraft. So you can bust blocks, you can hunt pigmen, you can do all the things you do in Minecraft, but in a more real world type almost scenario. And they show this thing where you're looking at like somebody's looking at the ground and they bust the blocks from the ground, and then you can see like a cavern or whatever. You stop shaking. That is the most annoying thing on the planet.
I do it automatically.
I know, and it's very annoying. Like you do it in a very weird way. It's real annoying.
Just shake my knee from left to right, and not up and down.
It's not. I'm not going to explain it on stream because it sounds really dirty, but it looks wrong. Just warning you, it looks wrong.
I'm sorry, it's a natural thing.
You might want just like the whole shake thing. Like I get because I have to move my knee from time to time because I have problems with my knee, and obviously you have problems with your knees. But it's the way you're doing it. It looks totally wrong. Like in a bad way. I'm telling you. But anyway, so they're going to be the Nether is getting a huge update in this.
Well, that will not be happening until 1.16.
Right, but that's how that's going to be coming in. That should be coming in the next snapshot here soon.
We're only about to be on 1.15.
Right,
which is bees and bugs.
And as soon as that comes out, the next snapshot will start. We'll start seeing what this looks like.
But they're not going to roll out bees and bugs fully until like the end of the year.
Oh, I thought they were doing it sooner than that. I thought they were planning on having that done by November.
I'm not too certain about that.
I was thinking I heard November, but I could be wrong. I've only skimmed through some of the briefings of that stuff, so, and obviously there's some YouTubers that have kind of done a quick breakdown of that stuff. But obviously, because we play with Snapshot most of the time, usually it will hit the release obviously as soon as the release comes out. But most of the time we're playing with a Snapshot because we want all the cool new toys that Minecraft has to happen. Which, by the way, just as reference, we have our own private server that we play on. Us and like 4 other people. Something like that, between Sidious and I think there's 3 or 4 others.
Are we counting?
If we count Sidious, I think it's 4 other people.
I wasn't going to go with him. I was thinking J Mart and them, even though they haven't been on in a while.
Yeah, haven't been on in quite a while. That I don't think they have anything established on the. Remember when we redid the server? I don't think they built anything to reestablish.
No, because they don't know about that one.
But yeah, I think we got like 4 other people besides us plays on it, so about 6 people, 5 or 6 ish people. Though it could technically handle more. Well, maybe not.
It could probably handle 10 people.
You know, and here's the thing, like Minecraft, because we play the Java. I run the Java version, but I'll be honest, I'm real tempted to buy another copy on a dummy email and run a live version on Windows 10. Partly because we get a lot of the cooler stuff before Java does. My other problem is that it does not multi-thread. Even though I got 4-core processor on it, I got lots of RAM. RAM is obviously very important, but it does not. It does not use all the cores on that CPU, and that seems to be one of the biggest struggles. I really wonder how these, not only the Minecraft, the realms or whatever that's official, but even the aftermarket ones. I don't know how they do it. I'd be interested in knowing how they accomplish keeping server performance
so good
without having that multi-core support. And apparently it's a Java problem. It's not a. And that's why I'm thinking that the Windows 10 version might actually be a better fit to better the performance of the server. But that's just that's another conversation, I guess.
Anyway,
I don't mess too much in the Nether. That's not one of the places I go a whole lot.
No, because you tend to die when you go to the Nether.
I do tend to die a lot.
It has been established me, Doc, and another person on our server are kind of the Nether explorers.
Well, and
so this is kind of something that we would love to see.
Yeah. I guess one of the big things is there's going to be new ways to get bone in the Nether. There's also now trees going to be in the Nether. It's going to have its own
Nether wart trees.
Yeah, it's going to be its own version of a tree, I guess. And then
we are getting a few different biomes in this update. We are going to be getting a soul sand biome. We're going to be getting 2 nether wart biomes, one blue and one red. The blue looks awesome. The red, of course, it's the nether. Everything's red. But in the soul sand biome, we are getting a new different type of soul sand. And whether it's the overworld or the nether, if you light it on fire, it will turn blue.
I thought that was pretty cool. Can you take that sand out of the nether?
Yeah, you can take soul sand out of the nether.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
How do you think we do water elevators?
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's the block that pushes you up.
Well, and then there's this new block. They show almost the character on it like an elevator that lifts up. Did you see that? Did you notice that? I forget now what the name of it. I was watching the OMG Craft video, and he referred to it. It works almost like.
I mean, I know that there's piston elevators.
Like a green. What's the green blog stuff?
Slime.
The names. Yeah, the slime. But apparently it's different. It won't.
We have scaffolding that you can use as almost an elevator.
I hate scaffolding. I have the worst problem with the scaffolding.
The thing is that you can't put it. You need a block that's anchored to the ground, at least 8 blocks out.
I know, but the problem is that you can't. Like, it's 8 blocks in one direction.
Yes.
And it's only in that one direction. Like, it's not, like, you can't just go 8 this way and 8 that way. You know what I mean? It's only in that one direction, and that's it. So if you're building in a, like this, or this direction is an example, it won't build in this direction. It only builds in this direction.
No.
I've tried it, because there was something I was trying to build with the scaffolding. It was like a trap. And I laid a block, secured it. It would go 8 blocks. I think it was east to west or north to south. I can't remember which way it was, but it went in one cardinal direction. It would go 8 blocks, but you couldn't go on that same block and go the other way.
Yeah, like the other way. That's exactly
it's
on the opposite side.
Right, it's exactly the opposite side.
Like if you're going east and west, you can still go north or south.
It builds one way. It's really weird.
I almost want to say you're wrong, but this is to be tested.
I'll have to show you on the server.
But anyway, so we are going to be getting those. We will also be getting a mountain biome update. We will be getting a new type of snow. It kind of looks like you could be able to fall into this snow, almost like quicksand.
Yep, that's my understanding. Is you can.
And we are also going to get mountain goats. This is kind of interesting. Now, up for ballot, this was voted. I am sorry, okay? Dang. People. But, okay. It was up for ballot while it was all live. It was swamp, mountain, and there's one more.
Oh, yeah.
We both look off in the same direction like we're trying to read something.
Oh, my God.
I went dead. Okay.
Yeah, quit playing with it.
I wasn't playing with it. I didn't do it. I swear.
That's what she said. Oh God. Anyway,
just a tip.
Don't make me backhand you on the stream, boy. God. So we're also
can't edit that out.
the Penguin Beast looks kind of interesting.
It's basically going to be a wild boar. We are getting 2 new mobs in the Nether, by the way. The Penguin Beast is basically a wild boar in the Nether that you can get food from. So it's a food source in the Nether.
You can get pork.
Now, here's my question: is it automatically cooked?
Probably not.
But you're in the Nether. Everything's hot.
That's a good question. That's a legitimate question since you put it that way.
Yeah, I think there's endless amounts of lava in the Nether. You have fire everywhere. You have stuff that shoots fire at you.
True.
Is it automatically cooked? And now, adding on to that, we are getting something called the Piglin. It's basically a unzombified zombie pigman. They hunt the Piglin Beast for food, Yes, they actually hunt. They're smart enough to do that. And they will not, they're hostile towards everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything.
Yeah, they're literally supposed to attack anything.
They will attack you unless you're wearing gold. They love gold.
There is an exception to that rule. Apparently, if they catch you, if you attack one of them and another one sees it, they will attack you. Also, if you try to steal from them, because apparently they're chest near groups. Excuse me. If you try to rob them, or if you
plunder the treasure,
they will attack you.
I had a perfect thing for a joke, but I wasn't going to say it. Now, we are going to be getting a new structure. They did not say what exactly it was. They did keep something secret from us, but they did say it will be kind of like a outpost or fortress or something, home base for the piglins.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Zombie pigmen can turn piglins into zombies. Zombie pigmen. So, we basically have nether villages now. If you think about it.
Yeah, kinda actually. Apparently you're not going to be able to respawn in the nether.
Yes, they are. They did not say how they're going to do it, but they are going to add some way. Because if you think about it, beds blow up. If.
Quit playing with the cable.
All I did, I'm animated when I talk, so. Da da la la la. Okay. But.
Sorry, dear. There's going to be an Amazon order. That's all right. She wants because oh well, congratulations, by the way, just so everybody knows. Stay off the roads if you live in Columbus, Ohio, because somebody now has his permit.
Woo! I want to go driving sometime.
Yeah, we've got your sister got to drive today.
Well, screw her.
Let's not.
We'll see family.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet home Alabama.
Just ruin that song for me, boy. Anyway.
But what about the band Alabama?
Let's not go there.
They're all brothers in that neighborhood.
This isn't Brokeback Mountain.
We ain't talking about Vermont here.
Man, we are so getting ourselves in trouble right now.
I'm getting myself in trouble right now. What are you talking about?
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's great to see that they're finally really putting forth real new items in the game. Obviously, new things to hunt, new things to battle.
Now, obviously, there are more items. Well, actually, we are going to be getting another mob. It's technically already in the game. It's already coded. They just need to add it into raids. It's called the Illusioner Illager. This thing is annoying. It will blind you for 20 seconds when you start battle. But it will send out decoys. And if you can hit the right one, it of course breaks focus and it has to send out more decoys. This thing's super annoying because it will shoot you with I think it's a bow, while you're blind, so you have to try and block it, while also trying to kill it. So, it can get really annoying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're adding they're finally adding dungeons, which is something that you could sort of do with mods, but they're now adding it in as a regular item in.
Wait, what?
About dungeons?
Minecraft Dungeons is an actual game.
It's a separate game?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. The dungeons.
It's Diablo and Minecraft.
Right. But people have been doing something similar in mods for a while. Not the same style.
Yes,
that
there's
doing.
RPG, MMO mods and whatnot.
Right. Now they're turning it into a game.
Now there's an actual game, and it is basically exactly Diablo and Minecraft.
Right. Which is not a bad thing.
And they are actually making their own story for it and all that. So it's really interesting.
Is that one going to be mobile only, or are they going to be able to play that on PC too?
Do you believe it's PC, console, and I think they're coming with mobile? I do not know. Now, we are going to be getting a new Minecraft board game. I do not know what it's called. Hold on. I'd have to look it up.
I
and
know they
fell asleep.
talked about the board game, but I haven't seen the specifics about the board game. Excuse me. Demonetized.
Don't say that. Builders and Biomes.
That's the name of the new update, but
No, it's not. That's the name of the board game.
is it?
Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, we have the Minecraft card game because I bought it. But no, that's a Lego set.
Something though that for anybody who's a regular watcher of his channel, we are in the early works about putting together an RPG game.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Probably gonna here we're kind of waiting for Tabletop Simulator to go on sale again. I'll be honest, I'm almost tempted to go ahead and just pay for the 4-pack and get it over with.
Yeah, but think about it, there's 3 of us.
I know. Well, I mean that'd cover 3 of us, and we just need a 4th person for a session. At least a 4th person for a session.
Which I think we could almost easily get.
Probably going to do Star Wars, but we might also branch out and do TAC Star Trek TAC, which you enjoy quite a bit.
Yes, I do, and I'm that Mike dead. La 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 la.
La la la.
Am I coming through?
You're coming through.
Okay, I can't even hear myself. But yeah, that would be interesting. And actually, this board game is coming out November. It's going to be. It will ship the week of 11/15/2019. Okay, thank you for turning me up.
Yeah, you got soft for a second for some reason. Just be careful.
I thought about a line I could say, and no.
But yeah, I mean the thing is with Tabletop Simulator, we'll be able to simulate some card games, which I'd love to be able to play Cards Against Humanity online again. But we're really considering doing a full. Yes, I know Cards Against Star Wars. We need to play it, but I
get mad every time I look up and I see it.
We haven't had the time for me that I've had. Like, it's one of those games. Like, I want 3 or 4 hours to play. Like, I want to be in good energy, because if I'm tired and I'm not into it, it's not gonna make that game any fun. You know what I mean? I can't be slap happy.
So what we're talking about is New Year's.
Not necessarily New Year's, but it's gonna be like when I have a long weekend or something coming up, whether I take it off or whatever. But yeah, coming off a work week is not gonna work out well. But yeah, like I said, we've got some things that we want to do, some games we want to play. Why did I suddenly? I feel like we're dropping off. It's really weird. But yeah, I wanna be able to sit down and put together a good RPG. Sidious has been working. He's been playing that game for a while, and we're talking about making that a regular, and we're talking about streaming it too. So it should.
Yeah, so that will be brand new content coming to the channel, and I would also
sometime between now and the end of the year
be able to record it and put it up on YouTube.
That's the plan. All right, well, that's the podcast this week. It
was a little bit of a shorter one.
Yeah, a little shorter, but it was a little less to talk about this week, really.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
In fact, we had to kind of scramble to get some content put together for this week.
Obviously, I had another item I could have put on here, but you haven't watched the premiere of Masked Singer, so
no.
I wasn't going to try and ruin that for you.
So, but anyway, so you can find us on twitch.tv/SpiderARA713. We stream for about an hour, starting around 8 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time.
Always try to.
You can also find us on pretty much all the major podcast services: Anchor, Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher,
All the major ones.
All the major ones. There's like 10 of them I think we're now on. You can feel free to join the Discord, which you can find the link in the description on his Twitch channel. You can find me at MyDoneLife on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me at SpiderARA713 on Twitter and at SpidersNest713 on Instagram.
And so have a great day, have a great week, and we'll catch you next video.
See ya, everyone.
Transition. Oh, don't tell me that transition's not going to load.
Just click it, it'll load.
Oh, yep, there.
Told you. Transition.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Peace out.